Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we want to have a look at my finish of this season, and for this we're taking once again a look at the Queen Charge Hawk Riders. Let's see whether we can get a couple of triples. In the end of this video we will show, or I will show, where I finished and pretty much the project we had with MCS, where most of our guys finished their season in. So let's take a look first off at the first attack. Oh, and I don't want to forget it. Let me know in the comments whether you guys would like me to cover the new Superstar game. Maybe I should do a couple of videos on that. Let me know what you guys think on that, because it's kind of similar to Clash of Clans. So let me know what you guys think. And this is going to the first attack. This is actually one of the bases I think someone used in Poland. I'm not really sure which clan it was, but well, it was kind of popular, so I had a rough idea of how to triple it. It wasn't the perfect army or anything, but I think it should work, so I just tried it. I switched back from Double Dragon Clan Castle to Baby Dragon and Double Ice Golem, but not because it's like way better or anything. I just like testing around stuff, etc. So I just wanted to test new stuff. I wanted to know what is best right now, and I think right now my favorite is still the Dragon CC. I don't know, like for me it's right now 50-50. The Double Ice Golem Baby Dragon CC and the Double Dragon CC is kind of even for me right now. So I don't know, it doesn't really matter what to choose, but I don't know, I like both of them. So the Hawk Riders are coming next to the Eagle, which means I don't really have to care about my Hawk Riders anymore, because the Eagle can't target them. So we can delay the next heal spell a little bit and drop them above, like drop the heal spell above the Wizard Tower, because we can freeze the back end of this base. We still have the freeze spell left, which means we can freeze the Inferno Tower. And I think the Wizard Tower would have been a better option, but hey, I mean, at least I got the Wizard Tower and the Inferno Tower. But yeah, this should be an overkill anyways, because the healers are switching over from my queen, which means the Hawks won't die. So that's already good enough, and this is going to be a triple. And my first attack I want to show you guys, we're switching through a couple of more attacks. There will be really soon another legend base, which I will show you guys in 2 days, and in 4 days I will show you guys on how to use, maybe not use, Valkyries in Legend League, because it was kind of tough to find an army on how to use Valkyries, because it's not my troop, but maybe they're just bad. And let's see what is the future of the Valkyries in Clash of Clans. But this is going to be the next base, and this was a really annoying base, not only because it was a ring base, but as well it has 3 single front towers and 4 ground expos, kind of like the hardest counter to the Queen Charge Hawk Riders, if you want to have it like this. So the goal pretty much was to get into the Inferno Tower compartment with my ram. That's why I used the early free spell over there. And then I had the Coconut Loon soaking up out of the Black Mines, which was nice. And then we have the Ice Golem CC, which worked really well in this case, because, well, we had not our healers switched. Something was shooting our queen, so the healers were not switching or anything, which was nice. So we are going through all of those defenses, and it doesn't really matter whether the queen is going right, left, like both is fine for us. The main part is that we're getting the town hall. That's like the main objective. And from this point I just thought, okay, let's walk a little bit, and then at some point our queen will die eventually, because there are so many ground expos, so it's just too much damage on our queen. So yeah, the queen will die like 100%, but it's all about what do we do with our healers, because the healers are still in the base, so we kind of have to protect them. That's why I use another rage to make sure that the air defense is quickly going down. And then I see, okay, my healers will go down, my queen will go down at this point, because there's so much damage. So I start off with my Hawk Riders from the top with a couple of them, and I still have my P.E.K.K.A left, so I place them on the right just to tank for my Hawk Riders and for my Wizards, so I can start with the early cleanup. And all of my Hawk Riders are coming in, Warden in behind. The Eagle is targeting my Hawk Riders, but since they're kind of split, it doesn't matter too much. And then we are dropping the next heal spell. All of the Hawk Riders are coming together around the Eagle. And now I would have, I don't know, I would have liked to use the Warden ability kind of now, But since my warden is like running around the storage and jumping like once, twice, another time, and he's finally there. Well, he's jumped so many times the wall, so I couldn't activate the ability. So we had to use double heal and then warden ability. Normally you try to use the heal, warden, heal. But in this case, it was better anyways because the king was in between. So heal, warden, heal would have been the best option. We couldn't do it because of the warden. But hey, it worked in the end, so I'm not too mad. On this base, I think I had this base a couple of times, about 3 to 4 times a day. It seems like it's super popular, and I had really a tough time to figure out how to triple this base. Because the most annoying thing on this base is that it works really well with the range bug in Clash of Clans. Like, you have the range, the radius of a defense. As soon as you're below the horizon, which means like you have a circle, and if you're below half of the circle, then the range is bigger than it actually looks when you're clicking the defense. When you're above that point, then the radius is actually smaller than what it looks like, which means if you're charging into a defense from the top, it's always better. So if you have like bases where it doesn't matter whether you're coming from the bottom or from the top, always choose the top, because that's way better when it comes down to the ranges of defenses. So for example, on this base, I tried a couple of times to queen charge from the 9 o'clock side into the multi-inferno tower compartment, but every single time my queen or my healers got targeted by the other inferno towers, even though they were not in range, but that's how it works kinda. So even though we don't get too much value with this charge, it's all about the pathing. And we have still 3 multi-inferno towers left, but we have the warden ability and 2 heal spell. And not too many traps over there, because most of the time people try to charge into the multi-inferno towers, so that's why most of the time the traps are on the other side, if you guys can follow what I try to explain. So we're getting into the first multi-inferno tower, first heal space getting used. Meanwhile, our queen is still doing her thing. Both heroes are down, so we don't have to be too paranoid about that. We're getting into the eagle really quickly. The warden ability did really nice work for us. Then I freeze the expo and the eagle just because I don't want to have another eagle shot or like eagle whatever on my queen, so she could stay alive. And then the last heal spell for the last inferno tower. There are not too many traps anymore, so this is going to be a huge overkill on this base, and I finally tripled this base. Like I said, I had really huge issues to find a way on how to triple this base, and had many times this base, so you guys know I didn't triple too much. it wasn't my best season, but we will come to that later, and that's actually a way how to triple this base. I hope you guys could figure out a couple of plans and copy maybe 1 or 2 if you're using the Queen Charge Hawk Rider army, which is super strong right now. So if you want to, you can do that easily. And let's check out where I finished at the end of the season. So let's take a look where we finished last season. For this, we have to go to our ranking, best players, global, and let's check out. In Germany, we were about rank 5 to 6, something like, but well, for the global rankings, we have to scroll a lot. It wasn't too good. We finished in the top 200. I can tell you that. We were number 163, which isn't too good, but well, I don't know. I don't really have any things to say to that. I think we might have tested too much, but well, maybe just a bad season of me. There was kind of like, there were so many really good players high ranked up, like especially Earth, like hats off to him. He's a monster on attacking. And if you guys thought that he used like, I don't know, maybe like OP base or anything like that, he used 2 different bases over the season, something like that. So he was on offense just incredible. Like, I don't know, he had a hit rate above 50%, which means like every second attack of him was a triple, over 224 attacks, which is crazy if you think about that. So hats off to him. Maybe this season I will be up there as well. Let's see. But yeah, I hope that you guys like this episode. Oh, by the way, we finished all in MCS because they supported us last season. So we tried to get as many of the ESL players together. For example, Earth was part of it. A couple of the Tang guys, Leonard. etc. So as many players as possible. And we actually finished second in the clan ranking in global, which is super cool. So that was nice. I think it was mainly because of Earth. So really nice over there. And yeah, like I said, that's it for this episode. I hope you guys liked it, and I will see you guys in the next one.